Hey, it's Nick with We Do IT. I want to discuss today maximizing your business profits through IT, and I got some key takeaways on how to help your business in involving IT to maximize your business profits, essentially. And you may be asking, like, hey, what does my IT team have to do with my profitability? And I have to say, everything. You're using technology right now to watch this video. Everything that you do in your business, whether you're on the computer or making calls or emails, whatever, has to do with technology, and it plays an integral part. And that's the way we partner with our clients is, we become part of your team, part of your business. We don't just fix issues from the outside, but that's another story. So let's get into it right now. On average, the average business loses $137 to $427 on average per minute, whether it be a business disruption, loss to income opportunities, productivity, hacking, downtime, you name it. That is a stat that was pulled from the Business Association. And a lot of things kind of go into this, and you're saying, hey, how can I help this from preventing? I don't want that to cost me money. I mean, it costs you a lot of money to keep your business running. I mean, I know I run a business myself. I help others run their businesses in an IT perspective, and we do this time and time again. Now, the number one thing in terms of like internal productivity, a lot of people think like, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But maybe if it's not performing at an optimal, as it was when it was new, it's going to cost you money. Like a lot of people, they hang on. I don't know why, but people hang on to old computers that are like 7, 8 years old. They're like, oh yeah, it's still booting up. Yeah. But a lot of times, I mean, some people, they're just waiting for Windows to open. They're waiting for things to happen. They're waiting for their email to be sent. And they're spent time there, maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. I know some people are like this, like 3 to 4 hours a day where they're just sitting there waiting for things to load. So if you're paying somebody $60,000 a year and half the day, half of their 8 to 9 hour day, they're sitting there waiting for things to load, you're wasting money on their salary. You're basically paying them to sit there and watch the screen go by and not generating any income for your business. They're not generating any income for your business. Why do you have employees? To generate income for your business, to do things to help the business in terms of turn a profit. And if they're sitting there and they're just waiting for things to load half the time, then half their salary is going right out the window. They're not being productive. In my regard, it's much cheaper to replace the PC. You can get a pretty good PC and you can, find it up for like $600 to $700 for a desktop. And that's going to cost you way, 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 way less in terms of, actually just sitting there and waiting for things to load, waiting for things to happen. It may not be happening in your business, but in a lot of businesses, they don't like to replace PCs that often. And if they, when they do, they think it's going to be this super expensive purchase. You gotta, obviously you have to line up what you're doing in the business. And, but for most end users, you can get away anywhere from a $600 to $700 desktop. For a laptop, you could probably go $800 to $900 on average. It doesn't have to be a $3,000 to $5,000 purchase. If that's the case, maybe you're doing something high end. And if that's something your IT vendor is charging you for that, then that's one thing. You might want to discuss that, look at the bills, because it's, on average, a desktop, 6 to 7, laptop for an end user, for an employee, 7, basically $800 to $900. You can get a great laptop. You can use Word, Excel, all of that, right? And simply with this simple fix, boost their productivity. They're no longer waiting, and maybe, they're going to be a lot more productive. Business is going to make a lot of money. Now, the other way is through security. What are you doing in terms of security? Because when you're getting, emails, spam emails, people clicking on things that maybe they're not supposed to be clicking on, are you filtering your email? Do you have any antivirus set up? And if you're not sure, if you're getting a lot of spam emails and you're wasting a lot of time and downtime, battling that, you may need to upgrade your security. So I'd highly recommend talking to your IT vendor about that. But one of the biggest ways is starting to reduce your IT infrastructure. Now, a lot of things that you could do right now to reduce your IT infrastructure, such as file servers, Microsoft is starting to give you things for free, like Microsoft 365. You're getting, I guarantee you have at least 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes of free space that you can host within your Microsoft account for free. as a part of your subscription, and each end user has their own, obviously they have their own storage, but the company itself, Microsoft gave you a pool of storage as well. So you can start migrating your file servers there. Everyone has these like ancient servers that are just, taking up time and energy, and it's down. And when the file server goes down, nobody can access the file servers or the files that are on there, which then costs the company money, because then you can't actually do your job. You can't send quotes out to customers. You can't look up whatever documents you were trying to look up to basically move the business forward. You're waiting for that to come back up. Then you have your IT team come in here, fix it or not fix it. I mean, the one thing that I would definitely suggest, start looking at ways to reducing your IT infrastructure. And the number one way you could do that right now is get the file server out of there. You no longer need a file server. If you have a Microsoft account, a Microsoft 365 account, you can do all this stuff and move the server for free, move it right up there. It doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. Sure, there may be a migration fee here or there for however you choose to do it with, but you can host the data up there for free. It's not going to cost you anything other than what you're already paying through your Microsoft 365 subscription. You're paying for it already. So use that, take that file server offline. You're not only going to have to not replace that file server when it gets old, and that's going to cost you, $5,000, $10,000. You're going to save right there. You're going to save on Microsoft licensing. You're going to save money on electricity. You're going to save money on the support that needs to actually support that in-house. Just move it to the cloud, move it to Microsoft, and everything's going to be okay. Now, the fourth thing that is going to help you is to train your users. And a lot of places, they don't, in terms of IT, they're not training the staff. And we do IT, we train the staff to, help the bottlenecks out, because, you may have the fancy software, you may have everything in place, it may be super cool, right? But people that you hire, new hires or past hires or existing people that are currently employed, may get frustrated and may not actually be able to do their job because they don't know how to use the systems that are in place. Right, and maybe it's a simple fix. Show people how to use it. Record videos. Have a section during your onboarding for new employees saying, hey, we recorded these videos. Watch these as part of your onboarding, and it's going to do wonders for their productivity. They're going to be like, hey, I'm no longer waiting here learning how to do something. I know how to do it. I can focus on my job. I can move the business forward. So I just want to give you those tips. If they're helpful for you, leave a comment below. Hope you have a great day.